about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ. EZ BlueZ, you're always great with introductions. Who do we have with us today on the program again?
Straight off the stage with Rhapsody. Straight off the stage, coming to the stage with Afro Man. Straight off some of the most incredible singles that you are going to hear released in the past 3 years. I want you to understand that this man is more than just an MC. This man is more than just a businessman. This man is more than just a visual artist. This man is and forever will be the man known as Jordon Edward. And I want you to put your hands together, not if you're driving. If you're driving, you keep those hands at 10 and 2, but mentally put your hands together for the fantastic, the incredible, the amazing Jordon Edward is in the building.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Always a pleasure being on the show, man. You my guys, man. Going way back.
Yo, and it's so funny too, because I remember when I was at the State House, and we were doing an event, and there was someone who was begging to be on the show. And I was like, yeah, you left a bad taste in the mouth last time. It is what it is, buddy. It's okay, no worries. But hit up our producers. And meanwhile, I was booking you. Like as I was talking, I was like, oh yeah, just here's the number. Go about, come on the show, do what you got to do, because that's what's important. Because you are family. You are very, very important to the scene itself. And again, bro, you were just on stage with the amazing Rhapsody. What was that like to be at Rockin' the Webster with the new? It's freshly done up, right?
Yeah. They're doing some amazing things over there. Between the Webster Concert Crave. Shout out to them, the organizer of the event. And definitely just the Rhapsody. She's an amazing. I don't even want to call her an artist. She's just a creator of life. Just the energy and the vulnerability, just taking her through the journey of the Please Don't Cry tour, for the North America tour that she just did last night in Hartford at the Webster. It's really amazing to see her evolution,
right?
As she really talks about with that album that she started writing in 2020, and just recently finished it up. She had two amazing artists with her, traveling with her as well. Just very talented MC himself, actually from this area. I forget his name at this moment, but also the female vocalist. She's from Houston, from Texas, out there in Texas, not Houston, but Texas. Just amazing. And she gave props to them, just acknowledging them that, just that album wouldn't have been possible without them. So just to show that realness and, just the real of what it takes to create and endure. And that's exactly, just the vibe that she gave. So it was just an amazing energy, and it also leads back to the stuff that I do as well, with my music and everything like that. So it really resonated. So just a pleasure, Grammy nominated, been doing her thing for years, decades, so. And one of your favorite MC's favorite MC. So
yeah, well, that's exactly what it comes down to. Is these are the people that are your favorite MCs. Where you can break it all down and you truly understand what the culture is about, and to be able to share the stage with such a presence is just, it's got to be mind blowing. And I love the fact that, she's still there paying tribute to the next generation that's coming up, as per the people that she brought on tour with her and different things like that, which I think is great. But it also speaks a lot to what you're doing, because here you are, you're stepping up, you're going back out there, you're doing more shows, you're opening now for national touring acts, and different aspects there. But you're still like, any second you could throw a house party that'll bring it all down, and you'll film the whole thing and release a documentary about it, just because you can, What is that journey like as you continue to go through there? And then after that, we'll obviously talk about the shows that are coming up.
The journey is exactly that. It's the journey. It's staying in the moment. I know a lot of people say that it's cliche, but that is exactly what it is, as you said, because I can do that. A lot of times and a lot of things that I dealt with was the fact that I could do something. And this is not saying I'm cocky, I'm this. No, it's just know I can do, but also the realization that everybody, they say you got to understand, they don't even realize that you may not be able to do it, and that's okay. If I can jump on one leg, make a sandwich, hula hoop, yeah, I may look crazy, and you may not have the coordination to do that, but if I want to do that, I can do that. And what happens is people say, don't do that, even when it's in a safe space to do it.
Right.
And then when it is a safe space to do it, you make it an unsafe space, saying, oh, well, this can happen, this can happen. This can happen anywhere.
Right.
Let's get down to the square root of it. You can't do it. So that's why you don't want other people to do it.
Right.
So it's knowing that I can do that, and also not just knowing, confidently, the word that people always gloss over unless it suits their perspective.
Right.
Confidently, creatively, inspiring, being my authentic self, performing whatever act it is, whether it's singing, vocalizing, talking, speaking in this interview right now, filming.
Right.
Knowing me and doing that. And not even thinking about unapologetically. No, it's not. I'm not even thinking about an apology.
Right.
For what? I'm not doing anything that deserves that right now.
Exactly. And in no way are you saying that there's, if there was something that was needed for an apology, you would apologize, but you have nothing to apologize for. I always look at your brand and I think of actually what Roddy Piper said. When you're dealing with icon, it's I cower over nothing. And that's something that I always focus on, because you really embody that as you move forward and in the moves that you make. Because again, you don't just make that move of, I'm going to release a song that's going to be, I'm going to release a song, I'm going to have the visuals for it, I'm going to make sure that the branding is on point, I'm going to make sure that the logos are all shown that are supposed to be shown. All of your ends are tied up and they all come back to the thing. Even if you look at the flyer that you released for the Rhapsody thing, it was a Mr. Icon, Jordon Edward. How are you able to keep all of it in play? You seem like you got a lot of plates balancing, and a lot of people would drop them at this point in time. But how are you able to keep them all in play?
Well, that's what you said. Play, is you talking about plays. I got one of the best people behind me. The Kobe mentality. Obviously my name is Jordon, Jordon, not A. That's the other GOAT. But with each his own, that's still somebody that I'm embodied to and followed. And you can have a million plays as long as it's one playbook.
Right.
There's a lot of Madden players out there. You don't have to pick the Broncos offensive playbook. You pick run and gun. But those packages are for run and gun. Now you might see some of those plays in other teams' playbooks, but your plays is your plays, and that's your identity. And that's the key word, identity. When it's you don't have to even think about it. That's when you become a master at your craft.
Right.
Even when you master it, Doctor Strange, there's a whole nother level.
Right.
Open the other eye. And I ain't talking about the two that's looking through glasses and the ones that's not.
Right.
And that's what that is. Just staying true to yourself and just playing your game. If you're gonna live by the 3, die by the 3.
Right.
But I mean, sure, I'm still gonna go out with my best shot.
No, definitely. No, that is so true. And as per, speaking about, playing at the Webster and different stuff, you're headed back to the Webster in November, right?
Yeah, November 7th, we're gonna be there. It's gonna be a great time. Afro Man, definitely gonna love that. We all know why, because you know what I'm saying. So definitely gonna enjoy that. That's gonna be real big. Shout out to Concert Crave as well again for that one right there. Just it's gonna be a great time, and that's gonna be in the main room too, 1,200 people. So it's gonna
Oh,
be,
word.
it's gonna be a great show there. So I'm excited for that as well. Yeah, just excited, man, just excited. So got some time to get ready for that, really promote for that, throw out some of the videos, visuals, and create some new ones as well. So got some special guests coming as well too, some remixes to some old classics. So
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna have that right there. So if you haven't checked out that Kryptonite, suggest you get familiar with the original.
Okay. Well, see, it's super interesting because I think, and I'm just going to throw this out there, and obviously, I'm putting you on the hook here a little bit, but I think we should reach out to the Webster and get a press pass, see about doing one of these shows on site that we've been doing lately. I think we haven't done one at a show, and I think given the opportunity, definitely it'd be amazing to have Afro Man on the show itself. So let's see what we can do about that aspect.
It'd be good to chop it up with Afro Man, but let's talk about Jordon.
Uh,
Jordon, my apologies. Jordon,
Oh, good.
I want to catch any, no, I'm not.
Wrong goat. Wrong
No,
goat.
no,
Right
no.
there, wrong goat.
Nope,
man.
no trouble. But tell me the benefit of you using the drone cameras. I love that in your promos. How's that been helping you out just through different businesses? And a little two-part question too. Why the name Phoenix for Film by Phoenix?
Which one you want me to answer first?
Whatever you want, man. It's your time.
We'll go with the Phoenix, so you know why we are the Phoenix, period.
You got it.
But the Phoenix is actually tatted on my back. I've had that tatted with the Chosen One since I was 17. And yes, that was before LeBron, was all publicized because I was in high school same time. So with that being said, I've always had that feeling and that just vision, being young, being observant, other things, aware. Just I don't want to say I do want to say conscious of it, but and other people are as well, but I wasn't, and like I'm not gonna say I'm different completely, something like that, like I'm an anomaly, like nobody else does that, but something that differs me from other people that kind of makes me anomalous is that I'm not chasing the all the other things, the jewelry, the money, you don't have to chase that stuff. It's printed. Right. It can be delivered to you.
Right.
Seriously. So mine's is always rebirthing myself, and when I lose loved ones and family members and close friends, and I've experienced a lot, just from past interviews that we've had, that everybody goes through. But for me, it's always, what would that person want me to do right now?
Right.
I mean, I remember the first time when Kobe passed, like, there's always some people you're going to remember, where were you when this person passed? When I heard Kobe passed, that was my first company meeting in my office, sitting at my desk in Icon. You guys been to my office. His pictures was on my walls. I literally looked up and looked at his picture from his Mamba 60 and out game. And my assistant said something to me. I looked at her and I said, right back to the meeting. I'll deal with the emotions later. And it takes me just like to what he said, when the game becomes more than the injury.
Yeah.
That's how and stuff like that, as well as how I got through my injuries. My good brother Mike Vass that passed away. He's the LeBron of our Springfield, Mass hometown. The GOAT. Right. They call him the field goal. That's why it says field goal on it. Football and basketball, even Magic Johnson knew who he was. Yeah, so people be there. Springfield not no slouch, but even Magic know who he was, and I played right beside him. Every pass, every touchdown, everything, all 4 years. But it's I have to keep going. You know, we're all on borrowed time, and
Right.
I
Yes,
feel
yes, you are.
I owe it to the people, you know, because it's, hey, this was my time. Learn from what I've done, seen, and just experienced, and you know, keep going. Your last shot. You know, I'm gonna just keep taking shots, and that's what it is. Okay, yeah, I've been doing music for 20 years.
Right.
And you know, this is the same stories that we heard, and that's what kept me going was, hey, I didn't do it in 5 years. Okay. Tina Turner popped at 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
You know, Samuel Jackson, he popped at 40 something. Harrison
Mhm.
Ford, you
Yeah.
know, and in the past is okay, everything, and they always say everything that I went through made me prepared for now. And you know, just me now at where I'm at now in my career, you know, opening for Grammy nominated artists like this back
Yeah.
to back to back, you know, that's at the what people would say, yo, why are you still doing this? Nah,
Right.
this is it's because it's the time now. I can do this. You know, it is me. You know, I can go from filming a whole production 5 hours the day before and then show up to the mic because it is me
Mm-hmm.
and be ready. So it's just the plays, man. It's the playbook, and you know, as the seasons go on, you get more familiar with it, and it's second nature to you. You know, put A-Rod in the playbook with the Jets for 2 years.
Mhm.
Great going on, right? Well, really a year because he ain't play last year, but put him on Green Bay. That's a whole different playbook, bro.
Right.
He don't even got to open it. Oh, we adding these two plays this year? That's what he's saying.
Right.
These the two? I'm not doing any of them, but I just want to know.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, man, that's it right there. That's how I just keep doing what I do, man. It's just the playbook, man, and just you know, just resurgence.
mhm.
Whatever something happens, you know, situation comes up. Okay, we gotta work around that. You bring it right back to A-Rod. Hey,
Mhm.
cool. You know that people sleep. Hey, oh, he gonna have a good season. That first game was let me chill a little bit, make sure this don't pop again.
Right. Right.
Then next week is, oh, this is A-Rod. Yeah, we push the limits every week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's every day. And you know, even at the show last night, you know, just I said, I was like, yo, if you wake up today and you got a breath, you got a chance.
It's
Yeah.
true. That's absolutely
You know,
true.
Take
Definitely.
a step, and you know, a lot of other things you can do out here, but what's wrong with taking that first step? You know, take that step. You got a chance.
What books do you read? You seem like a reader to me. What
Yo,
books
Oh,
do
you
he's
you read?
know
definitely a
what?
reader.
This is gonna shock.
Yeah.
I do not read, man. I
Nah, I don't believe it.
yo,
I don't
bro,
believe it. I don't
no,
believe it.
stop, no, no. Let me
Nah.
tell you. Let me tell you. Um, see, I have, and I'm always straight up with people.
Yeah.
When I was younger, first going to school, I had speech problems.
Right.
Really?
I had to get, I know I had to get pulled out of class though. Like
Oh
I
my
was one of
God.
those kids. I had to get pulled out of class for speech therapy. Couldn't say tree, free, nothing. You
Mhm.
know,
Wow.
I had to get hearing tests, eyesight tests, all that. Like I was a little behind, but my mother always took me to the library. She read to me.
Right.
But my reading comprehension was very slow. So what would
Mhm.
take me, like you guys probably read a page in like a couple seconds. I'll read a paragraph and forget.
Right.
Wow.
It wouldn't stick with me. So like I had to read material 4 or 5 times over. So
Yeah.
I hated reading. Like give
Mm.
me a movie, English classes, all that. The teacher would be like, "You watched the movie, you didn't read nothing." No, I'm gonna watch the movie because I'm gonna I'll take an 80. I'm good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, but here's the thing, and you know, I come from a similar aspect of it because going into kindergarten, I went in blind with
Mm.
glasses, so I
Yeah.
had a little bit of trouble with the reading aspects as well. Reading is something that always was behind for me.
Oh, and I had a broken arm going into kindergarten.
You,
Bro, summer camp.
Yeah.
I did the milk crate challenge before it was the milk crate challenge. I was the little kid at camp. I went right up to, I was beating everybody. And then all of a sudden somebody caught my attention and I lost focus and I
Yeah.
fell right on my right arm, bro. Had a whole
wow.
broken arm first day of kindergarten, bro. I was the weirdest kid there, bro. They was like, "Who is this Jordon? We're not calling you Jordon. You're Michael Jordan, Edward Scissorhands." And then like,
Oh
yo,
no.
bro. And then my last name, they be like, yo, Tumor. Shout out my grandfather, Edward
Yeah.
Tumor Jr. But they be like, "Oh, you kill people, cancer."
Yeah.
Bro, at 5,
yeah.
bro, I just tell everybody, homeschool your kids, bro. It's ruthless. It's ruthless, man.
No, it really is. And I growing up the kid with the big glasses and always being a little bit bigger than everybody else. I had the same type of experience. Where they were absolutely brutal, but it also made us the people we are today.
Yeah,
we did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have all that adversity, but if you look at even your branding, Icon Clothing, Defy the Odds, Phoenix, filmed by Phoenix. You're talking about rising up from the ashes. You're talking about defying the odds when all the odds are against you. All of these things help to build. So if you didn't have that adversity in the beginning, if you didn't have those kids that were butchering your name in the beginning, you might not be standing here today. You might not have that little chip on your shoulder that says, I want more. I deserve more. And
you
I'm
deserve
so
more on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Go ahead, Easy.
And I'm so glad that you got that chip on your shoulder, because here you are evolving and leveling up and continuing to move forward because of that. So yes, although homeschool your kids so that they're getting the proper education, also get them out to be as social as possible. Get them involved in sports, get them involved in band, get them involved in everything you can possibly. These kids are sponges. Don't stress them out. Be like, oh, we got a strict timetable. We got to be here, 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 and here. Nah, let your kids still breathe and be kids, but make sure that they're diversifying their attention so that they can rise to the level in which you're rising at right now, which
Definitely.
put your hands together. So
definitely. And like I said, homeschool, I say homeschool because that is an aspect that's not teach is, social awareness and, preserving self-confidence,
Right.
and, introducing your kids to different experiences. Because a lot of my things that I went through, it has made me who I am, and one of the things people say is all about me is that, you have great energy, and, like you say, Phoenix and everything, like just the image right behind Preston right now is still staying pure.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that Joker behind him, still staying pure. Because he's a good-hearted person in heart.
Mm-hmm.
Debatable.
He's a good-hearted person in heart. Before he finally snapped.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. Even Tupac said it best. Hey, I'm knocking on the door in the back of the restaurant. You keep saying no, 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 and then all of a sudden I gotta go, like the ribs is touching. I gotta go pick the lock now. And you can save people. I don't want to say like you're the savior, but you can, change the outcomes. Change the outcomes. Doctor Strange gave it to Iron Man.
Sure.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And it's really looking, and there's always different perspectives that you can look at. Everybody says Iron Man. Let's take Iron Man. Yo, he's this. He's all the stuff we was talking about earlier. Cocky, arrogant. He's the only one that evolved the whole entire series.
Right.
He was the first one to risk his life going into a whole nother world. The only human.
Mm-hmm.
Let's really say that. The only human. Like, no. He has machines.
Yeah, you break it down. Yeah, I had to think.
Don't even got a real heart.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that's it. And always, staying up late trying to evolve his equipment and stuff that actually came and saved everybody because he put all them extra hours in.
Yeah, he did.
But then they look at him, oh, you're doing stuff wrong. It's always going to be a negative to something.
Of course.
Nothing exists if you don't have both sides. It's always a positive and negative.
Yeah.
So
it's very similar, like when you look at the Star Wars franchise, since we're talking about movies and different things like that. It was never the good was going to alleviate the bad was going to alleviate the good. They always wanted balance to the force. You need as much good as bad to go forward. If you look at yin and yang, you have as much positive as you have negative, and that's what holds you together. So it's so super, super important. The thing that I was going to suggest before, though, is what has saved me is Audible books.
The books, like I said, I go through, sometimes I might read
Right.
a couple books. I do have some books that I have read, even when my recovery, when I got injured and everything, I was reading just to get my mind back and, do something regularly. But the reason I don't read books, the real reason is I like movies.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
it's, let's just say Hunger Games. People, oh, you should read the book. I don't want to, because I want to see what that oak tree looks like. What the director want me to see.
Okay.
I like to see. You got a question, brother?
Honorable mention. I know you said movies. What about YouTube? Because you like to explore in the different paths of your creativity.
YouTube.
You can learn a lot from YouTube.
You can learn a lot from just looking outside your window.
It's true.
And that's what it is. And you can learn a lot just by really thinking about your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of people can't even say what they dreamed about last night. So that's just a fact. That's not even, that's just a brain fact. But I'll go to something if I need to see a reference or something like that.
Right.
But even like now listening to other artists and music or anything, is I'm living my own story. So I'm going back to the things that I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing. How was I'm in the concert last night now, watching, Rhapsody go, and just seeing how, not just her as an artist, seeing how she's getting lost in her artistry, like, to on some Jay-Z Jaguar, right, where he like got lost in the song and forgot the cue. She did that.
Right.
That's an amazing, people. Oh, no, she didn't mess up. She was totally in frequency with you.
Exactly.
She was now being an artist and a listener to herself. That's an out of body. That's a Doctor Strange feeling.
Right.
Same like I did with my song Embody. That's exactly what I had, an outside look at everything.
Right.
So, and that's an amazing moment, especially for somebody like her who's done every stage, big, small, and different, and performed everywhere, and to still be getting lost like that in the music. That is the true meaning of an artist and creator. That's why I said that it's more, it means more now that you hear how I say it like that now.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's what was inspiring to me, and just seeing how she's interacting with the crowd, the lights, and it's just made it a whole experience, and just looking at those. Now I don't need to go watch YouTube for that.
Right.
At Ibiza, I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
I had the superintendent. Shout out to Gary Highsmith from Hamden. He came down. He's a hip hop. Never knew he actually used to rap, and opened up for artists in the 80s.
Wow.
That put a whole. I told him last night. I said, brother, we got to sit down and tell your story, because that's inspiring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how many people will be inspired by that in the school that he's very in itself? Because that's a story that they want to hear. Dude, that's amazing.
I told him, I said, bro, he said, it'd be hilarious. No, it might be hilarious to your contemporaries, older, but to the kids, I said, you went after a passion, an artistic passion and love, and actually lived the dream, and then evolved into superintendent. There's no superintendents like that can say, yeah, they probably went on to successful colleges and worked this company, but bro, we talking about artistic stuff,
right?
That there's no rope. You did it. And I said that's what's going to resonate with the younger generation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all day. He knows.
Yeah.
Now I can listen to him instead of going the opposite way. Yo, I'm kind of, getting tired of this music stuff. What should I do? Let me talk to you now.
Right.
Let me talk you through that process now.
Yep.
That's how we make change.
Right.
So it's like I said, reading the books is cool. I like seeing everything, the facial expression, how somebody, because the directors, and that's for me being one, they take the time and they go study that book.
Right.
Right. Yeah, they may put whatever they need to put in for the budget for the top executives and board directors for the budget to appease them. But we're gonna try to keep it as close as possible. And the thing about me with films, I watch a lot of films that are true stories.
Right.
So that's another thing too. Is I watched the Marvel and stuff like that. Stan Lee. Oh man, like I'm watching. I just started going back. I just went back. I'm about to be on Guardians of the Galaxy 2 right now. But
nice.
I went back and started watching them in the order that they recommend watching them, starting with
chronological order. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going back and now I'm making sure, paying attention to the last scene and stuff, just seeing how and like I'm looking at Stan. I just said that now. I said, yo, Stan Lee, like he's godly the way that he picks his spots to be featured in the film. Like, and that's the perspective I'm waiting for that. Like I've already seen these enough to be like, I'm cool. Now let me look at the little intricate stuff. Oh, this person showed here. This is the first time Thanos was okay. Now it's making, what I'm saying? And it's just going back to seeing all that stuff. So yeah, man, it's like that's why I like film. I like film because I can watch it in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
In a day, I can watch it 4 times.
Right.
A book, it's gonna take me.
Oh, I know. Even with audio, it's like 22 hours. I'm sitting here listening to the book, and luckily I can go and do other things. But it's still taking at that time. I used to sit there and work at Daddy Butter, and while everyone was thinking I got some sort of hip hop bopping through my headphones, I really got like the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Who are you listening to right now? I'm like, Miyamoto Musashi. They're like, okay, you just go back over there.
Nah, shout out to Daddy Buddy too, man. He doing his thing, man.
Heck yeah, bro.
Sure.
Now, tell me about the drones, though.
So Jordon, like I said, that's the film. That's the film. It tells to tell a story. You got to tell a location.
Yeah.
We can say a lot of different things. We can start off saying a lot of, hey, I'm chilling under the sun. All right, where are we at? We in New Haven, Connecticut, or we on Rodeo Drive.
Right.
Okay.
And what it is too is that it sets the stage. I don't have a problem telling people I love drone shots. It puts me in the environment. Mace told me himself when I met him. Shout out to Rico Love Music Conference, Brian Cops that was there, and I had the opportunity to meet Big Crit and Mace.
Nice.
Being there as well. But I got a chance to play my music. And this is back when I did Cali and Zone. Even before I did the Zone remix with Fred the God. Shout out to my brother, Fred the Godson. But I remember I played a couple songs. So I played Zone. Mace was going off on that, the New York vibes, all that. He started doing his Harlem Shake and stuff. He's like, I got goosebumps. I was like, oh my God. Like, it was just dope hearing that. You know what I'm saying? Because he started doing his little dance. And then he went to Cali. And this was early on when I finally knew. I said, okay. He said, yo, I like Cali. It threw me off a little. He said, the Zone, that's a New York vibe. I was rocking. Boom, boom, boom. Got you. He said, Cali. Now we in Indianapolis right now. It's cold. He said, if I was in Cali with my John Cletas on, different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Different vibe. Now he said, I just taught you something. And he said also too, it's like March or February or something. If it was May, June,
right
out there, now you kind of and like he said it without saying it like a lot,
right?
And that's I like that's me playing with like really sports stuff like that. Coaches they ain't gonna really give you the whole script, the whole scripture, the whole Hunger Games chapter. Right. It's gonna be couple lines, bro. That's another reason I don't like reading. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? I can see it in the movie clear. You ain't got to tell me all of this. The tree was looking like this, and the grass was good. Bro, they walking right now. Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen, cool. Somebody coming, get the arrow out. You know what I'm saying? 10-second shot, 10-second shot. Good, my guy. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, and that's also too. It brings it back to. See, you're saying me. I'm showing you externally. I can stand on one foot, juggle, and all this other stuff. People can't even multitask with what you call it, stimula.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're overstimulated. You can't even multitask that. It's like I be around people. They're like, how do you have the TV on? You're editing. You're listening to music, and you're talking on the phone.
How do you not though?
Yeah,
like that's how I look at it. It's like, what do you mean? How do I? How do you not? That's a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? That's not even something that's like extraordinary.
It's not the norm for most people, though. It's not the norm.
That's so strange to me.
It's not,
because it's such a norm, and we talk a little bit about this into like the superpowers of like having different conditions and different stuff like that. But it took me a very long time to realize that like I hold myself to a standard different than other people.
Yeah.
And it's only because this is what I can accomplish. And I need to stop looking at what they feel I can accomplish, because I've already done that, been there, done that, got the concert t-shirt. I'm moving on to a different level. I'm evolving into a different entity itself. So, I totally get that.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just those different type of things. And the drone, I've always loved flying.
right.
That's just me. I've always wanted to. I mean, we're talking about the Tuskegee Airmen. Like that's, straighten up and fly right. Like that's always been something that I always loved. Top Gun, watching those films, playing Firefox when I was a kid.
Firefox.
Yeah. That's one of those the sleepover when you find to have sleepovers. You wasn't playing that at 8:00 with the fresh pizzas out. Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat's on the sticks, but. Everybody go to sleep. All right, cool. I can play Firefox without anybody bothering me like 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And be chilling, and then, you get some people waking up. What the heck is you playing this for, bro? And then they start liking it. Oh, I didn't know this was kind of dope. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be sitting here wanting to play. Nah, I be chilling. But I just like the drone, man. It's the bird in the sky. You know what I'm saying? The way I just fly it is it's having fun, man. It's just having fun and just capturing stuff as well. Different angle shots. And then, a lot of times I fly that and then I might pick up the hard cam as well and be filming that with an overview shot, just creating different looks, man. And like what's not the norm is a lot of people don't see stuff off of ground level.
Yeah, it's very well done. It is.
So,
I like the way how you shoot it.
I appreciate you. It's just my thing. It's my thing. It's what I like to do. And then I'm on the ground with it. Just catching different perspectives and just staying within the moment, the frequency. That's I just move with the instinct.
Right.
And that's what it is.
You're putting stuff. No, I can't say stuff. I don't want to be disrespectful. You're highlighting local businesses and a great perspective. And I like your vision, how you highlight these local businesses. For example, Soul Greedy, the new soul food restaurant just came out in Hamden. I love the way how you just highlight their cooking, how they were established, and you did it all through visuals. Barely anybody talking. How you have your typical local commercials. You have the owner talking for like a good, 20, 25 seconds, and you feel like you're being forced into something, but you see them actual at work. And love it how you do it at different car businesses. How did you get that networking? Just plugging in, just going there? Was it just door to door, or just people just started hitting you up on DMs just about it? Like, just tell me a little more about that. Just how you just become this spokesperson just for the community when it just come out to it. Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
Oh man, I wouldn't even use the word spokesperson because I'm showing you all visuals, so ain't
That's true.
Communication 85% nonverbal, man. And I'm a Pisces too, so I'm definitely I don't need to talk real that much, man. I go against the current when I need to.
Yeah,
they say don't go against the grunt. Sometimes you got to.
It's important. It's important.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Iron Man almost got killed if it wasn't for Cap hitting that red button. But I digress. But going back to like what you said to YouTube, man, it's a lot of the top videos. There's no audio.
Right.
Yeah.
You see people. I noticed when I saw people just sitting on the couch and kids and people were just watching the video, and I'm like, these people aren't doing anything but sitting on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? They're not doing anything. They're eating. They're literally watching TV, sitting on the couch, and you're watching them watching TV, eating.
Yep.
And it's a million views within one day.
Mm-hmm.
Not even no dripping crawfish, nothing. It was just eating some chips. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk to a lot of my clients, and I tell them, I say, hey, look, we don't need to hear you talk. I'm very direct. And that comes from me now speaking from the artist side. It's not always about the artists. You have to showcase your art in a different way. Sometimes it's just that person just wants to they're overstimulated. Like when me and you was just talking easy. You can see in Preston's eyes, he was like, how the heck do y'all do that? He's like, yeah, got me at 2. Like, no, I don't want nobody. Don't talk. Cover your watch, like Doctor Strange in the operating room. Like, I don't want to hear nothing. I want to focus singularly on this. And that's him. But easy, I can say this, and people don't understand, and like this is probably Preston probably understand because he's been around you for a while. But
I have on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Go ahead, Jordon.
Definitely. I knew the plug was coming soon. But when Easy's focused on one thing, I'm pretty sure Preston's like, let me leave him the heck alone.
Yeah.
Because when you see him focused on, when you see a person that can multitask like that, and they're one thing, that is don't talk to that person.
Yeah.
They're totally engaged and locked in. Like Mark Zuckerberg in the Facebook.
Yep.
He's
like
wired
like you performing on stage.
Exactly. That's when I totally disconnect from anything. When that drone's in the air, I totally disconnect from anything. The camera's in my hand. And when I'm not engaging with people.
Right.
That's exactly it. When I get it's like I tap out to, okay, come talk. Right. Do what I got to do. And that's what it is departmentalizing. Mm-hmm. That's from playing sports. That's from going from all the different things I had to go through in life, stuff like that, still being able to perform, and just always moving forward, taking that next step. You still have to focus on that next step. Because that's the simplest, but you still have to look and make sure you're not stepping in, Forrest Gump happens every day. So have a nice day and smile, keep it going. So, and then if you do that, okay, what's the next step do? Do you complain about it as you walk the next mile, or do you quickly find a little peg of stick, wipe your foot in some, hopefully there's rain the other day, dip your foot in the street, puddle, and try to wipe it on the glass and then keep moving. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like I said, it's just that's what it is when it comes to the filming. Dealing with the clients as well is showing them, hey, look, let's get a visual first. Because you don't have to sell the product. That comes from me working 20 years in corporate. Mm-hmm. That a lot of people don't know. I worked for Verizon, led the country in sales in certain aspects and metrics. LA Fitnesses, running and leading up and down the whole East Coast. ADTs, things of that nature. So I worked human services as well. So I've done a lot of different things. I say myself, my work resume is like LL Cool J and Delivers from Eva.
Like 18 people got that reference, and I love every second of that. No, this is what's so interesting because you had the Rhapsody show yesterday. You have the show coming up in November 7th with Afro Man. But it's not just you performing by yourself. You've also got a show coming up in December, right? And this is something that your not-for-profit is working on. And I definitely want to take a little bit of time to highlight, Defy the Odds, because Defy the Odds is something that is super important, not just to you, but to life itself. So please, let's talk a little bit about that show in December.
Yeah, so that right there is a great show. Shout out to my guy. He was with me last night, Trey Tuck. He was featured on the Feelings Out remix. Definitely go check that out on the website, Jordon Edward, JordonEdward.com. Trey Tuck and Friends. That's gonna be December 6th at the Webster Theater, Underground. Shout out to the Webster Theater as well. We got some amazing talents. Ajo Saint's gonna be hosting. Sharvada, DJing. Like I said, Trey Tuck and Friends is gonna be him as well. Tommy Tuski, Six, and Corey Lee, and Celine Hu are gonna be also featured as well, performing. So it's gonna be a great event. We got some vendors popping out as well. And like I said, Defy the Odds. We've had some past events in the past, the last couple of years. One being at the Cellar about a year and a half ago. And then we also had at Next Haven, the art gallery, world-renowned art gallery out of New Haven. We had one there last November. Just a great time, just promoting and just showcasing the music on a high level, also bringing local businesses and the community together as well. I'm gonna have some real good people in the building. Definitely a time to come out. It's gonna be a phenomenal show. If you have not seen Trey Tuck perform, definitely pop out. And I will be making a special appearance as well with him during his set as well. So
Nice.
I'll be blessing the stage as well. But yeah, it's just gonna be a great time, and it's just like I said, Defy the Odds Incorporated, what we love to do. Just bring community together in all aspects, just even with my diversity of what I've experienced over my lifetime, having the ability to be able to do what I'm doing now, with the experience the journey, as you said, Preston, how it's been, and it's all full circle, being able to bring that now at this juncture of my life. I don't even want to say career, and be able to give back to the community in that way. Like you said, with So Greedy, Woody's Wings. Shout out to A Nice Touch Detailing, car wash as well. And then like even now working with the Hamden Academy Dance and Music.
Okay.
As well. So just a lot of different things that's just going on in the community, and just showcasing that in a lot of different ways, and just growing and evolving.
That's such an incredible thing, and it's such a great point to end on today, because as you can tell, the producers are knocking at the door going, you guys are running a little long. Maybe you want to bring it in a little bit. And we say, okay, fine. But this last couple of minutes is just for you, Jordon. Please tell people how they can connect with you, how they can support you, how they can level up to hit where they need to be to get to know Jordon and Defy the Odds and Film by Phoenix. I mean, we can keep going. Icon Clothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please,
yeah. I always like to tell you, I make it easy for everybody. The straight source is JordonEdward.com. Go there, check me out. You'll see everything from there. If you go through all the tabs that I always tell people, like, if it's a book, keep turning the page. Just don't read the intro. That's the difference. So go to that. But if you really want to just go and just get everything in one click away, definitely go to my Instagram page. That is IAMJORDONEDWARD, Jordon Edward. You'll see in my bio all the different brands that I have, from companies from Candles by Phoenix to Only Icon Clothing to Defy the Odds Inc. Incorporated, and as well as my filming, motion picture filming. Just see Film by Phoenix. See all that as well. Definitely pop out for the show November 7th with Afro Man at the Webster. If you can't make that one, definitely understand. But we got December 6th, Trey Tucks and Friends. That's going to be at the Webster as well. And then also to shout out to Yvette's Paradigm, In My Element Amateur Night. Definitely going to be a special guest feature there, performing December 14th up in West Haven, Connecticut as well. So shout out to that event as well. It's going to be a great event, red carpet event actually.
Nice.
It's going to be real good with that. And yeah, just like I said, defy the odds, man. Find your purpose, find your happiness, but most importantly, find your peace. And if you wake up tomorrow, keep going, but don't worry about tomorrow. If you're breathing right now, take that walk. You know, you never know where it's gonna lead you, and that's all I can tell you. Is just keep going, some days people gonna see you, some days people ain't gonna see you. But the same as the weather. Some days it's gonna rain, some days it's gonna be sunlight. So just be happy that it's today.
All right.
Jordon, Edward, thank you so much.
I appreciate you, fellas. Thank you.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, and EZ Blues.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know.